he wanted to be. Let's take a quick look at what their game plan kind of looks like. Obviously, they're going to be landing at the same exact spot that we see Acorn and Bolts do, right? We know exactly how this drop spot kind of lands. The powerful thing about this drop spot is, of course, the ability to use the launch pad. As you can see here, these guys are going to be able to use that launch pad to just come all the way down here and land directly in the center of the zone. That is such a good spot. We've seen Acorn do it. We've seen Iyamzo and Josh be able to do that every single one of the games so far today. Their problem right now is not necessarily making it to the end game because they have been utilizing that launch pad very, very well. They've also been able to keep themselves above the Storm Surge very, very effectively as well. The only kind of thing that prevents them from even breaking into the top 10 right now is potentially some decision making around when they do get put on the edge of these zones. As you can see right here, they are still technically in the next zone, so they're going to actually opt to go ahead and stay. But the problem is actually going to reside with their decision to not just immediately go towards the center of the zone right now. As you can see right now, if they did it right now, they could get it completely for free. But instead, what they're going to want to do is they're going to go ahead and just take shots and kind of prevent all of these teams from entering in by them. But what makes it very, very hard to maintain this position and make it still as effective as it is it's you can't, as a team, prevent all of these teams from sort of making rotations around them. Later on in the game, that easy rotation towards the center of the zone that we just kind of looked at is going to be cut off. So I feel like that could potentially be one of their hardships. That being said, I'm kind of judging their game plan as it currently stands. That last game, they did perfectly fine. They got 12th place, and they're looking good going into the last game.
Dude, we should let that guy do more of those.
Yep.
You know, we're drawing closer here. We're about to get ready to kick off the final game of the lower bracket, boys. I kind of want to get your thoughts. Really tough spot, right? After this, a bunch of duos are going to go home, right? And others will rise up and start preparing for tomorrow's finals, where game plan has to be a bit different. Any advice, anything you want to see?
I don't know if the word's advice. I mean, it's more how I'm feeling, my emotions. Because as I look through this list and I look at all the legacy, the champions, the names that are not currently in that bubble to qualify, I'm honestly I'm surprised. I mean, the era of Fortnite competitive, it might be changing.
It's a big moment. You said it's going to be time to go home, Zeke, and I think the saying goes, what? Go big or go home.
Yeah.
For a lot of these teams, we've seen them have success over the years, but none of that matters unless you can do it in this final game. Oh, I'm excited. These are the games we live for in Fortnite, right? Ultimately, a lot of these players, we won't get to see them pass today.
Yeah, and like obviously, I feel like I in this situation, I normally would be like really like more amped, but part of me is sad, right? Like these are some of the very best players from all around the world. They've flown out here. They've really given us everything. They've left everything on the stage. But some will be going home after this. So I think for all of us here, we just need to keep cheering on those teams, whoever it is, if it's a Savage, if it's an Epic Well, whoever that may be, cheer that team on, right? Anything can change. This one game can be the difference maker for every single duo out there. Some might be the top 19 right now that might fall out. Others might rise. People at the very bottom of the leaderboard could get a VR and everything changes. The top 19 could see a VR pulling everyone else up. It's so complex. It's so unbelievably complex. Dude, if we don't get a Mr. Savage W, I'm gonna freak out. But I mean, I can't lie, guys. I'm a fan favorite of Muzz and Sphinx. If we don't see them make it on through either, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it.
I'm at a loss for words as well, Zeke. I mean, some of the names, as you can see, like Muzz and Sphinx, who were so close yesterday, still not able to make it. But as Levin was saying, they have one more opportunity, one last chance to prove what they're capable of. Whether it be a legacy veteran team, whether it be new up-and-coming talent, now is the moment to show what you're capable of.
In the case of Muzz and Sphinx, this is a duo that consistently has just had so many doubters, right? But they've been able to overcome hurdle after hurdle after hurdle in this long race that is this season. If they stumble at the final two hurdles, it only just reinforces the narrative surrounding their ceiling as players. They have to push through that now.
Yeah, man, I feel like, you know, looking around the room, some of these players, those mentals are fractured or on the cusp. I mean, with so many different names out there. I mean, even someone like Akira and Karama, right? Trying to fight through. We saw for a moment last game they had height, and you know, Akira goes down. Karama left a kind of solo clutch. They end up with a 9th place finish there, but still, job's not done.
Job is not finished. You can hear the M8 fans cheering them on. They were so close to making it happen. The good news for this duo is they have racked up a significant amount of points. They have been performing well, and now in this last match, all they have to do is keep playing like they were in these previous matches.
Yeah, I mean, Karama showcasing why a lot of people in EU have been hyping him up this year, as far as just being able to stay in the game, clutch up some extra points for the duo.
HP.
Just the one little bit of HP, but regardless, a successful game. And I really did think that was going to be the game that was, ultimately theirs. And you see the fans there very excited, very happy whenever these guys pop up on screen. And understandably, they've had what has been a somewhat turbulent season, you could say. But the performance today has showed us that they are still a threat to the rest of the competition.
What I like about this duo is I feel like we're seeing a new level of Akira and Karama. We see them make it to finals. We see them always make it to these competitions, but they haven't quite consistently gotten those top placements. And now's the time to show what you're capable of.
Yeah, you almost want to send that message, right? Hey, we're coming out, lower bracket, we're heading up into finals. You want to try and make some moves against us, contest us. Rotate on over third party. Don't try it, right? Don't try it. I want to go back to those standings, right? We got to keep taking a look at the bubble. Those points are way too close right now. Obviously, the top 10, 162. Keep that in your mind, Fortnite fam, as we go into this final game. That's top 10 as it stands right now. Remember, 20th place, tied with 19th, by the way, is 112 points. And even if we rolled on over to the next page, 110 points, 108, 108, 100, right? Like, Trocando, if any of these teams in that top 19 make a mistake and they fall early, everyone else will immediately enter a frenzy.
It's way too close, and not only that, you can look at the duo that's #1 right now in the consistency standings. After the start of the day, their first matches, they only had 12 points, and in 3 games, they've jumped from literally the bottom of the leaderboard to first place in the standings in 3 matches. So it is definitely possible to make that comeback happen, but you got to pop off, Lev.
Zeke, I want to quote one of my favorite Fortnite analysts.
Vivid.
I think he said, I feel like it all comes down to this. One more game remaining. Legacy's on the line. This is the part where I take off the headset and start going crazy. No, we're not doing that bit, yeah. Look, it really is that, right? We highlighted some of these legacy players who have had great moments. They need to have a big one here, because ultimately seeing some of these teams go home without getting a chance to really fight for the trophy tomorrow, it would be a disappointment, not just to us here on the desk, but I'm sure to a lot of the fans. So they got to pull up the goods.
Yeah, man. Dude, I just keep thinking about Clicks of Higgs, right? Just as one of the duos who is trying to fight their way back in. But it's okay, right? Again, we have this one game right here, right now. It doesn't matter how your day has been going. It doesn't matter what your off-spawn situation is or what your rotates are or your third party. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Right now, you can get a victory royale, be outside that top 19, and change the trajectory of your duo's FNCS career moving forward. Suddenly find yourself in the finals tomorrow. Suddenly you're winning the summit. Like, anything can happen.
Mr. Savage, Epic Whale, Clicks, King. There's just too many names that are outside of this bubble. And with only one shot left, the pressure is on. It's time to show what they're made of.
Right here, right now, one final game to close out the lower bracket for the last time today. Casters, take it away.
I can't believe that Levin actually hit us all with the bait and switch. We were ready for the hype man moment, but maybe it's just something he's trying to say for finals. After all, right now, we're just trying to see who's locking in for that battle bus tomorrow anyway.
I think the game carries that hype going into this last one. So many big names. We talked about it going into this second last game. It was like, hang on, there's a lot of big names here. They need to clutch up. Again, it's now or never, Jacob, even more so in this game.
Yeah, on day one, you kind of saw the start of the tournament. Well, forget what I was about to say, because the last game of the day is ready. Who goes to finals? Let's find out. Last see the difference of the flow of how these games went from the upper bracket game 1 yesterday, where I think we had 85 or so alive when the first storm surge hit. It's getting less and less as each and every game passes here. There's 88 up here in this game, but I think with everything on the line, a victory royale, a must for some, or high elim games for others, we're gonna see this one speed through.
Already a different change of pace here, though. Giannis and Cheatin', they don't have to fight it out. Not for this final lobby, but more importantly still, Jacob, I think the big thing is that we're witnessing what could potentially be Crash Out Nation, because there are duos whose only option is to get a victory royale.
One of these could be happening right now. iDrop, Sato taking down one. Marius the only one left. They have the HP advantage. Marius and iDrop are out. Podesai and Sato survive.
That is tough, but for Podesai and Sato, this is the moment Levin was talking about. Dreams can come reality. As a Beeb surprise contested in this last game over towards Sus Studios, Randu and GR Rex. They chose to stray away from the fight of Giannis and Cheatin', bringing the fight on over towards this side of the map, and they already got that elimination onto Cam.
Sorry, Jacob, I'm just still not over what we just witnessed. Radius and iDrop were winning that off spawn all day long, but they lose the one they needed most. Still, hope not completely gone here for GRX. That is until Aviv puts him into the dirt, and Aviv knows just how desperate he is for this one to vote in his favor, because he cannot afford to lose out up against Randu, but it's all over. Randu is going to be the sole survivor here at Sus Studios.
What a clutch that was. That keeps them in it. Aviv needed it, but so did those guys. But look who's here. We've got a third party. It's Cheatin' and Giannis making their way on over. What will happen there? But another team that needs a big game. It's Muzz and Sphinx, and they take down Nathan.
Hey, to start the day, Sphinx say these guys have been running from him. They went ahead and finally caught up to him and get the elimination. Again, these are the games that truly matter. They started this one with around 66 or so points. They get those 8 because of these 2 eliminations here. That first one on an Ebs, he was out of position by himself. Muzz strikes him down.
And remember, Nathan and Ebs outside of that qualification now, so they will not be qualifying through to tomorrow. For Muzz and Sphinx, they're still in it. The dream is alive.
Just giving a moment for pause. Clicks and Higgs under a lot of pressure right now. Sandwiched in between Savage, Velo, King, and Phaser. But Higgs, he's trying to see if there's any life left in his eyes. But fortunately, Clicks gonna look for a backup moment here. Savage, Velo, though, they're just so healthy. They're looking to try and steamroll through Clicks and Higgs. They want to shut down exit here in the final hour. Savage and Velo still looking to close it out. But it's Clicks with the turnaround. Clicks just backed into the corner, fighting his way out. But just like that,
Sky Jump and Momsy heard the noise from so far away, and now they're starting to go on a chase. Good job, fellow, but how far can you stretch this moment here? Because Sky Jump and Momsy, they're surely on the chase, even using the zip line to try to cut the distance as fast as possible.
Hide and seek for Velo. It's his first LAN. What better moment to announce yourself to the world stage? Can he clutch up here? Can he keep evading the attention of Skyjump and Momsy? Trying to be a little bit sneaky here. Hiding behind the trash can. He's being very, very careful because he knows what Skyjump and Momsy are capable of. Has he done enough? You can see them still just looking on over, trying to find this elimination, trying to find it.
That elimination, though, those eliminations on the Clicks and Higgs, literally on the live leaderboard, puts them on the spot inside of the bubble. Velo right now really needs to dig deep to figure out how he's going to get out, because it's not only about leaving that position, it's about looting up and getting Savage back.
But look what's taking place elsewhere. Muzz and Sphinx, sure, they might have struck first at Humble Hills, but the leftovers of other teams' desires really taking over in that moment. And no Muzz means that Sphinx has such an uphill battle waiting for him. Chap Flixie hanging out still by Dark Dominion, but Jacob, Mini, one thing I couldn't help but notice, Velo stuck behind the dumpster, overhead, Squibbly, he knows